It spans more than 300 miles. After a troubled history, a border that's practically invisible now. This is it, the frontier between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. Now, if a referendum resulted in a vote to leave, this could become part of the only land border between the UK and the EU. Those who want to leave the EU say a common travel agreement between Northern Ireland and the Irish Republic means that would change little. But others insist this border could once again harden after June the 23rd.
Migration is going to be a huge issue in terms of the outcome of the referendum. It's also raised a really interesting one for Northern Ireland, because we get people talking about those that may want to leave the European Union. If the UK were to leave, there's going to be no possible change in the border between the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. But these same people talk about the idea of needing to control borders to actually stop migration and migrants flowing. So you can have it both ways.
Well over 23,000 people cross the border from either side to get to work every day. Many are going to or setting off from the city of Newry, which sits 4 miles from the border with the Irish Republic. You can use both pounds and euros here. But some businesses say that cosy working relationship could be under threat.
The big liberating factor for us has been freedom of movement of goods and of people. And our concern is the reinstitution of customs controls, and we feel that's inevitable. And while some have said this will be electronic, it still will involve paperwork at some point, and that's a significant transaction cost.
Newry lies in the south of County Armagh, an area known during the Troubles as Bandit Country for its paramilitary activity. There's concern now that a physical border will not only damage the local economy, but serve, at the very least, as an uncomfortable reminder of the area's divided past.
But this vote is potentially more important for us than the vote on the Good Friday Agreement.
The importance to the peace process of British and Irish EU membership is contested. What's not is the fact that the EU has pumped more than €1.5 billion into cross-community reconciliation. The Peace Bridge in Londonderry, just one such project. But the largest political parties on each side of the community divide have very different views on what leaving would mean.
There would be an adverse impact for north-south relations. We would see a loss to the growing levels of north-south economic and political cooperation. It would result in a hardening of partition. Of that there is no doubt whatsoever. If the north of Ireland votes to remain within the EU and sections of English popular opinion vote to come out, then we, like the Scots, should be given an opportunity to decide our own destiny.
This nonsense that somehow the world is going to end, there's going to be no trade, there's going to be no money for farming, there's going to be border controls with no doubt machine gun posts at the border, and all of that nonsense is scaremongering, and it simply won't happen. Remember, a lot of these people said exactly the same thing when we were told that we wouldn't be part of the euro. The Irish Republic joined the euro. We were told this would be disastrous for trade and for cooperation between Northern Ireland and the Irish Republic, and for trade between the Irish Republic and the rest of the United Kingdom. It simply didn't happen.
Here at Carlingford Lough, the town of Warrenpoint in Northern Ireland is separated from Carlingford in the Republic by a narrow strip of water. No one knows what the political landscape would look like if we vote to leave the EU, but for at least one part of the UK, the consequences could be felt a lot closer to home.